today. I brought my boy B in. B from the D, Dead in Hip Hop host.
What up, though?
You gonna ask me some questions about knowledge. I'm gonna tell y'all how I see knowledge. A lot of people see knowledge different than I see knowledge, so I'm just gonna let you know how I see it.
Man, what's your view on knowledge?
My view on knowledge is it's eternal. You can never have enough knowledge. Nobody will never know anything. A lot of cats out here, man, they don't take knowledge serious. They only get filtered down knowledge, but it's eternal. Regardless of what you're trying to do, knowledge is everything. It's like this, okay? If I was gonna, this is for the thieves out there. If I was gonna steal a car, I had to get some form of knowledge to do it. If I was gonna read a book, I had to get some form of knowledge to do it. If I was gonna become a lawyer, I had to get some form of knowledge to do it. It's no way around it. If I was gonna eat, I had to learn how to do that. I mean, some of these things seem to come natural, but everything is some form of knowledge. There's no way around it. You know, school just teaches you, okay, general knowledge, but specialized knowledge will be things that you teach yourself on your own time. But like I say, everything is knowledge. That's how I see knowledge. Basically, the breakdown is eternal. Yeah.
Okay. What's your opinion on people who don't want to educate themselves?
People that don't want to educate themselves, to me, are people that don't want to get paid. You get paid to provide service. If you work at McDonald's, they're paying you to provide that service. If you're a rapper, you get paid to provide that service. If you're a trapper, you get paid to provide that service. The people that tend to know the less tend to make the least. Some of them people don't want to work at McDonald's, man. But due to the fact that they don't know much more, or in this economy, some people probably can't find a job. But let's just say the economy was good. If you can't get the qualifications, then you're not going to even be able to get the job that you may want to get. So it will be knowledge that's holding a lot of people back.
Let's go back to question one.
Yeah, basically, it's eternal. But see, my thing is, whatever you're going to do, you need to make yourself good at it. So you need to go ahead and get that knowledge and don't let that hold you back.
The difference between truth views and fabrication.
Man, I say it like this. The truth sound like the truth. And something that's made up sound like something that's made up. If something sounds too good to be true, you know it's not true, man. And one thing about the truth is, it hardly ever changes. It's going to remain constant. So when you're dealing with knowledge that is factual, more likely you're going to keep running into like the same thing. But when you're dealing with lies, it's going to constantly change. And I feel like this. A lot of things are being fabricated today. Definitely. But the youth out here, they're not really focusing enough on themselves. I'm going to jump off the subject a little bit, but I'm going to basically bring it back around in a circle. I think that the youth out here today, they need to focus on the inner them instead of the outer them. What they need to do is flip their lives inside out. What I mean by that is, question yourself. Learn about you. Once you learn about you, then everything else will make sense. And some people may want to know, how do I know if I'm living from the inside out? I'm at the outside in instead of the inside out. This is how you know. If you put material items before your goals and your success, then you're living from the outside in. When you worried about yourself and not really focused on what other people have to say about you, and you question yourself and you constantly trying to get to where you're trying to go, then you're living from the inside out. Now, a lot of people are following behind entertainers, and I'm back to this again. I did heavily on video one, but I'm back to this again. Y'all have to look at them entertainers. They're focusing from the inside out. They're not focusing on the outside in. They rapping to you, providing the service that they're getting paid for, as I mentioned in question 2. But at the same time, they're focused on a goal, so they're getting ahead. You have to ask yourself, how am I benefiting from following this person or following this latest trend? How is it helping me? See, if it's not helping you, then you should kind of stray away from it. There's nothing wrong with actually listening to entertainment music, because I listen to entertainment music. Like, I like J. Cole, Big Crit, Sci-Hi the Prince right now, and T.I. was like, he still is one of my favorite rappers, but since he first came out, I've been a big T.I. fan. But at the same time, I still focus on my stuff. I listen to them, but I know where I'm going. Now, if you listening to them and you just praising them, like, women are good for doing this. They'll talk about what is that show
You say
called?
only black women? Mostly black women is good for this?
Most women, I
Most
think,
women in
period.
general? Okay.
Women in general, they would like the Housewives show. They would talk about all that stuff, and especially NBA wives. They'll talk about all this stuff and how these people have all this success, but many of those women won't be doing anything to get themselves in a better position. They'll be constantly complaining about bills and how I'm barely making the bills, how I'm broke, how I'm not that smart, how I need to go finish this GED test, but they don't do it. Like what I'm saying, I'm not trying to diss anybody. What I'm saying is focus on yourself. See, when you go inside out, you're going to be able to watch these people and actually listen to what they're saying. But at the same time, you're going to focus on yourself.
What would you tell a young kid who goes to school but don't take education seriously?
I would strictly tell a young kid, definitely, all the kids out there, take it serious, man, because it's like choices and consequences. If you don't take it serious now, it's going to catch up with you later. You can't really run from it. And me, I wasn't a bookhead in school. I'm going to tell you that now. I repeated the 3rd grade. You know, I was kicked out of Thayer High School, 10th grade, went to juvenile. You know, by the time I made it to the 11th grade, I was leaving school with girls and stuff like that. But teachers always told me, and if Mr. King is watching this, he knows what I'm talking about. He told me, he always said, man, you should take school serious, man. You come in here with these gold teeth in your mouth. You know, your hair all wild, man. You should take school serious. If you don't do nothing, get your high school diploma. Like, take it serious, man. You're going to really need that. Don't give up. Whatever you good at, go after it. Go after it. And if it requires you to go to school, like let's say you want to become a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, or whatever. If it requires schooling, don't give up, man. Don't give up. Just stay at what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Put in the hard work. If you got to go to the library, get yourself caught up. Don't worry about what other people doing. Do you and do whatever it takes to get there. And if you thinking about getting into the streets, it's not all of what it seems, man. I'm older than y'all, so I've seen more. Your parents probably try to tell you these things because they've seen more. No criminal ever thinks they're going to get caught. And from what I've seen, most criminals get caught when it's least expected. They get caught when it's least expected. You know, so that lifestyle's not good, man. If you want a life where you basically go to prison or get killed before the age of 30, then, you know, the streets are for you. But most people don't make it out. They don't go far when they're doing it. And they don't stay alive over the age 30. And those who do stay alive over the age 30, they be trying to find a way to get out. Either they're trying to invest in a business, which means they're going to go back. They're going to have to go back to knowledge anyways and find out how they're going to employ people. Find out how they're going to how they're going to start the business, where they're going to get the funds from. So they have to go back to knowledge anyway. The Bible says a fool and his money shall perish. So if you got the money and you don't know what to do with the money, then you're going to perish. So I would just stay at it, man, and just, you know, don't quit. Get yourself caught up and listen. If your mama, your grandma, your teacher, if they all trying to tell you the same thing, and you know it's right, listen to them, man. Don't try to really challenge people that are trying to help you because they're there for you. You got so many people out here that don't care but try to act like they care, until you should be willing to listen to those that are trying to get you to go in the right direction. Listen to those people, man, because it's not people out here that's really trying to do that. You might have friends tell you, man, roll this blunt, you know what I'm saying? Let's go leave the school, let's go do this, let's go do that. Them people not trying to help you, they trying to take away from you. I'm sitting here telling you, like I said, I'm 26. I'm not even that old, but I've seen more than what y'all have seen. And I kind of know where the routes go because I've seen them. So don't be one of the ones that go to prison and just be like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to come up with a plan when I get out. Don't even take that route. And I'm going to tell you right now, another thing. Prison is a waste of time. Because you can't get that time back that you lost. And once you come institutionalized and you start thinking like, okay, this is my lifestyle, then that's what it is. Anything you do in life long enough becomes normal. If an adult goes to work every morning and that's what they do, they're going to get used to going to work, and that's pretty much what they're going to want to do. If they want to advance, they'll kind of branch away from work and do something else. But if you get used to committing crimes and stealing cars and selling rocks, then it's going to become normal. If you go to prison long enough, it's going to become normal. You're going to go in, out, or in, out until you get tired of it and say, okay, I want more. Don't really, don't feel like you got to prove that to nobody, man. Because like I said earlier, when you living from the inside out, you living for you. We got enough people trying to prove something to somebody. And if you in middle school and you feel like material items are a big thing, I felt that way. You know, I didn't even have any money in middle school. In fact, I didn't get the mindset until I was like 24. I got around some dudes with real money. And they wasn't even dressing all that fly. But they had houses in different states and different cities and everything. But me, I was the flyest guy out the group, but the brokest guy. These guys dropped me back off in the hood. While they went back to condos and stuff, but they have on white t-shirts and stuff like that. So that taught me that money's not defined by what you wear. And at the end of the day, we're pretty much still broke if we still stand in the hood. We just want to jump fresh to try to feel like, okay, we've reached like a higher level than anybody else, but we all stay in the same place and the property values are all the same, which means that nobody over there is really better than anybody else. So pretty much, if you're a kid, man, just don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. Just continue to push forward. Continue to do what you got to do. And as I said, please don't let nobody stop you from doing whatever it is you want to do, because people will do it.
Look, man, Brother Altuawn speaking knowledge, man. Y'all need to pay attention to this dude, man. Brother is a good young brother. Came up from the streets, man. Living the street life, coming up from the ghetto, man, the hood, or whatever y'all want to call it. You know, I don't want to seem all too uppity or whatever, but you know, man, coming from you, man. B from the D, dead in hip hop, man. Check out Altuawn, man. Speaking the truth for real, man.